He didn't batter anyone.
I got assaulted.
He didn't touch anyone.
Video. Can you show you the video when she assaulted me? Because I didn't touch nobody.
You guys probably ought to just save that for your lawyer, okay? If that's what you choose to do.
We'll go. Well, how do we bond him?
I'll talk to you guys.
All right.
You guys say it's not going to be what you want to hear. I get it.
I mean, it should be. You're supposed to help us.
I'm not trying to be antagonistic at all. The only thing I care about is the Constitution. Okay, I get that.
You're getting so close.
Because I
to
want to
me.
make sure you understand and it's clear to you.
We can have a conversation without you being
having a
rude to me.
conversation.
You don't have to be rude to me.
Not being rude.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm
because
not.
I know what the law says.
Well,
listen,
if you knew what it was,
listen,
you were right up next to the building.
Listen, I was right here, and I went
Then
over
you
there
can
because the
stay
police came, and I went over there. But our whole conversation.
Stay here.
Today, we're in Kansas to put the First Amendment to the test, seeing if our right to record in public is truly respected. We're not here to provoke, just to observe, document, and hold public officials accountable. Let's see who upholds their oath and who forgets it. Hit that like, share, and subscribe, and let's get into it.
Until he figures out if they want to pursue any criminal charges.
Are we detained for under suspicion of what crime?
I'm guessing criminal trespass. He's figuring that out right now.
Criminal trespass.
Yes.
How? They told us to leave, and we're out.
Okay. He's figuring
That's how
that right
that's
now.
how trespass works, right?
Trespass.
If we went back in, then we'd be trespassing.
He's gonna talk to them and figure out if they're wanting to pursue charges at this point. So until he figures that out, we're just
Okay.
gonna be hanging out here.
All right.
You a Nets fan? Or you just like the?
I like all the teams because they have they represent our different cities and states from our beautiful country.
So Celtics, Nets. You got a team?
What's your team?
Sports is a distraction.
Chiefs.
That's what happened in
Pretty
Rome.
much.
Everyone cared about the gladiatory stuff and not about the freedoms and the rights. So that's part of the reason that Rome fell.
So, quick question: are you suspecting every single one of us of committing a crime right now?
At this point, potentially yes.
Okay.
That's what he's determining in there.
Well,
If they
this
want
is
to
a
pursue
public
charges.
building. We went in there and we video record in a public area.
Okay.
So I don't understand how could you detain somebody before you make an investigation?
He's talking to them right now. He's doing his investigation part in there.
Yeah, but you can't detain somebody, right? If until you make sure that somebody is breaking the law. You understand?
Yeah,
Because you don't
that's
detain
involved
first.
suspicion, right?
You don't detain first and then investigate. You investigate and then detain.
He's investigating. He told me that he was investigating a crime, and he asked me to detain you.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, but I mean,
he's conducting his investigation.
That's
He came
true,
out
but-
here. He said detain these people.
that's
so
correct,
that's where we're at right now.
But you swore an oath to the Constitution.
Correct.
And not. So you have to make sure that what the orders that you're following are aligned with the Constitution, correct?
I understand what you're saying, man. I get it. Anything I say is not going to be what you want to hear. I get
No,
it.
no,
I mean, it should be. You're supposed to help us.
I'm not trying to be antagonistic at all. The only thing I care about is the Constitution.
Okay, I get that.
Hey, look, we do have a Puerto Rican out here. Well, the only other one.
He didn't batter anyone.
I got assaulted.
He didn't touch anyone.
Video. Can you show you the video when she assaulted me? Because I didn't touch nobody.
You guys probably ought to just save that for your lawyer, okay? If that's what you choose to do.
We'll go. Well, how do we bond him?
I'll talk to you guys.
All right.
I can explain some of this process.
Do you have
how
ID on you, sir?
as far as the entire
Yes, I
bond
did.
process.
Okay.
But you guys didn't see no evidence of me even assaulting you.
Okay. Oh, you got so what? I wasn't in there for the entire portion. Okay, so I was just doing battery. It's only physical contact.
Telling me that you put your hands
That's what she did.
while you were trying to access a
I was
secure...
there for that.
Enrique,
Hey, hey,
listen
are
to
you
this.
an adult?
Yeah.
This is between you and me.
Yeah.
You don't need to rely on your friends.
Yeah.
You're the one who's been accused of the action. It's just an accusation. You're not guilty of anything.
Right.
But it requires a law enforcement response at this point. Okay? So let's take him to the car. Do you have ID on you, you said? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
How can I assault somebody if I have my hand?
Don't worry, Papa. We're gonna figure this out.
Like I started to interrupt your speech there. Not like I told this gentleman here, it's not our job to prove the case. It's our job to show up and take necessary and appropriate action, okay? I've received multiple complaints of what we're charging him with. And at the same time, I do need to see your guys' identification now for trespassing.
Okay.
Okay? Do you have ID on you?
All right.
We have no plans to arrest you at this point, okay? But you will be cited.
How could we be trespassed from a state building?
Look, man, I'm not going to go down a road with you. I just explained to you at the post office. If you're asked to leave, you have to leave.
did.
You don't have the
We
choice.
did. We didn't go back in.
Well,
We were outside.
We were outside.
and again, you sounds like you recorded everything.
Yeah.
They're telling me they told you 20 times to leave probably. That's an estimation. And you guys are yelling and screaming, and this guy tried to run up the stairs and was blocked physically by the security guard who has a job to do. And that job, come on, you guys are respectful people. I don't put this
We haven't disrespected anyone. It's
But
just
listen to me,
people
though.
get
I didn't
triggered
say
real
you
quick.
did. But I don't put this uniform every day and allow people to put their hands on me. It's not what I signed up for. It's a product of the job. The security guard in there has a job to do. It's protect this building. If someone wants to charge the stairs or run upstairs, they have a job to put themselves in harm's way. Your friend may or may not have done something that's probably more aggressive than you guys are trying to be. Okay?
All right, now let me ask you something. Why
Yeah.
do we get a ticket or?
Yeah. So we're just gonna cite you and release you, okay?
Okay.
And you guys can handle that, okay?
Okay, now as far as getting our friend out, how does that work? What's the time frame? How much money will we need, if any?
Luckily for you guys, the jail is literally like just a couple blocks over there. See that big?
We went to that jail and the
Okay.
lobby was closed.
Okay, there's probably a phone number. I wouldn't mind getting that for you, okay? Use your phone number. So where are you guys visiting from?
We're all over the country.
Do you have like an actual residence you're gonna go to
My ID?
in Florida? Is that okay? That's
Yeah.
I understand you
But-
guys are traveling or
We're just YouTubers, bro. We're not here to break the law. This lady was the first one to put her hands on my boy, you know?
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess that's not for discussion anymore. He's just gonna have to get an attorney, you know?
So
But
let me ask you a question. You guys are peaceful people, and I understand what you guys are doing. And myself and anybody here, we don't have a problem with you testing, the line or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to say. But when people ask you to leave, I mean, did your friend try to go into a secure part of the building?
The thing is, right?
it's not clearly marked either.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like, if you ask us to, and that's part of the conversation that we were having earlier,
Okay.
right? Just because someone's feelings doesn't want us to be there, as long as we're not committing a crime, you could ask us to leave, but they don't have the jurisdiction to tell us to leave if we're not committing a crime. If we're committing a crime, then yes, you can kick us out. But if
Okay.
we're not committing a crime, then we shouldn't. I mean, I don't even think we should be getting a trespass right now, because now if I went back in there after I was kicked out for an illegal activity, then yeah, trespass my butt all day. But we were asked to leave, we left, and they don't even have the authority to ask us to leave unless we're breaking the law, which we weren't.
And that's what I explained to you is you don't have to break a law to be trespassing. In order to be trespassing, you have to be simply asked to leave and refuse defiance of the order. And I'm more than happy to go down and get the ordinance and read it to you.
And this is where
for the
you
state
and
of
I. This
Kansas.
is where you and I disagree, though, is because that person, you're saying that it's the the postmaster, or that person that is in charge there. But I would argue that it's we the people. It's all of our building. So just because one butthurt Karen gets upset and doesn't like the fact of the cut of our jib, shouldn't give them free reign if we're not committing a crime to be able to solicit a trespass.
Excuse me just a second, sir. Do you still need K9?
Oh, I didn't ask for them.
You asked for another one. That's who they said. I just making sure we're good enough.
No, you guys are good. Thanks. So, look, that part of it, guys, has nothing to do with the city of Topeka. And I want to be clear on that. This business here, the Department for Children and Families, that's their own thing, whether it's a federal building or a private building.
Yeah, state.
We have no authority over that. And if they want to say they don't want you here, they do have right to refuse. Okay?
You guys are treating public buildings as private property.
Hold on. I would actually argue that you have more, and actually under the Constitution you have more authority, because on the Constitution, the more local, the more authority. So yes, that's a Kansas state building, right? But the 9th and 10th Amendments say that states have power, and the ultimate power is you guys, Topeka, because this is your city. So although that is a state facility, it is in your city, and the more local you are, the more authority that you have.
And which is why the city of Topeka will be charging you with trespassing under the city of Topeka ordinance.
What's the penalty for that?
Let me go get my book. I'm gonna read it to you so we have a better understanding going forward, because you won't be arrested today and you'll be allowed to go to the next business. But I want you guys to go on this next time. I didn't explain it the first time clear enough. So let me read it to you, okay, while he's writing the ticket anyway. All right, give me a second.
Thank you.
Okay. Can I have your name and badge number, please?
I got a business card. You guys all keep business cards here?
Our department's going through fiscal challenges, much like everybody right now. So I can tell you, a lot of people don't have them, and this one's outdated.
Okay.
But you'll see my name and badge number is correct.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Do you have one, ma'am? I wish you guys would have seen the video before. I mean, I wish he would have seen the video before they made the decision to take my friend, because she put her hands on him first, and it's on video. Actually, he never touched her.
But I'll be honest, I'm not even clued into what's going on.
Yeah, I know. They're charging him with what? What was it? Battery?
I'm not sure. Something like that. He's going to explain it to us.
And now we're getting trespassed without a crime from a public place.
That's what, and this guy's being very cool because we just dealt with him. But the thing is, if we were committing a crime, then you could trespass us. You could say, all right, we have to go if you're committing a crime. And then if we went and came back, then that's a trespass. But we left and we weren't doing anything wrong. We complied with the legal orders and we weren't doing anything wrong in the first place. So I don't know.
Yeah, like when you guys arrived, we were outside. So I don't think there's a reason to trespass us, because that's how it works.
Here's what I would tell both of you. I see what you're doing here, and that's great. You guys have every right to do it, okay? But what I would ask, if you want to be fair, then treat me fair too. I'm showing up late. I don't want to be caught up. I'm just here to make sure that everything's safe for the officer handling you guys. I don't have anything to argue with you. I don't want to.
No, we don't want to argue. We're just kind of talking to. We're just talking to our YouTube people.
I didn't mean like adversarial. Like I don't want to try to catch up to what already happened. I understand, right?
Hey, as long as we protect the Constitution.
I just feel I feel very uncomfortable right now while being detained, since I haven't committed a crime. So I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from, but I guess we'll be on our way in a few moments.
I don't even know if you guys are detained.
Yeah, we're detained. Us? Oh.
You guys live here?
No, we're just doing videos.
You guys travel all over or what?
Yeah. We go all over the country doing these videos. We have a lot of people that go crazy because we're filming them. So we're used to this.
We've already been through that, man.
Yeah, unfortunately. What do you think about my friend? How can we get him back to freedom?
So he's going to be booked in the Shawnee County Jail. Like I said, I'll work on getting to the phone number for the jail and call down there and figure out what the deal is. Like I tell everybody, I know how to put people in a jail. I don't necessarily research how to get them out.
I hear you.
I'm not trying to say that any other way than the fact I don't know what it takes to get out of jail.
He's
man.
like, I just drop him off. I hear
Pretty
you.
much, you know, and I'll tell you another thing. It's kind of a thing. The jail doesn't like us telling people how to get out because we don't know what the case is going to be. Is that the number? Oh, awesome.
Perfect. Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, guys. So in our, I know this says 2019 on it, but they don't change that much. This code is still up and running. Okay, the Uniform Public Code. It's called a UPOC, slang term for us. Okay, the section 6.7 on criminal trespass. This is where you're entering or remaining upon any land, non-navigatable body of water, structure, vehicle, aircraft, or watercraft by a person who knows such person not authorized or privileged to do so. And on subsection A1A.
Well, can we hold it right there, though? But it says that we're not authorized or privileged to do so, but it is our First Amendment right in a public building, in a public lobby, so we are authorized.
So, but under section A1A,
yep,
such person enters or remains there in defiance of an order not to enter or to leave such premises or property personally communicated to such person by the owner, therefore, or other authorized persons.
But isn't that contingent upon the fact that you have to be authorized? So if we're unauthorized to be there, that would be one thing. But that section 1A is contingent upon that part of 1.
So this basically says section A1 is indicating that this is a structure, okay?
Sure.
I know you're going to hang up on who knows such person not authorized or privileged to do so. You're only authorized or privileged to do so as long as somebody doesn't tell you to leave. Okay.
And that's where we go back to that main discussion there, which is it's not within that person's authority to tell me to leave if I'm not committing a crime.
Yeah, you can't just say
you can't just
out and
it's actually a crime to solicit a trespass.
So at this point, you know, this is why we have our court system.
Yep, we're gonna
okay?
get a ticket and we're gonna try to fight it.
What's that?
Exactly, because I don't
But that's
make the laws and I don't rule on the laws. I just do enforcement action.
Well, that's true, but
You should
have
have
to-
looked at
but
the
you have
video
to-
first.
but
What do you think?
You have to.
Why didn't you look
took
at-
a note to the Constitution? That's what it's about.
No, but hold
So
on.
If we're not doing anything illegal, then you should. Your job is to uphold our constitutional rights. That's a public building,
Okay.
and as long as we're not doing anything illegal, we should have every right to be in there and film.
Are you
I
willing
would-
to show me the video?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
yeah, show me the video.
International
Look,
laws,
man,
I've interviewed Martin Luther King Jr.
I'm not here to
Whistle
help or
blowers,
hinder,
John
man.
Adams,
You guys are
whatever
absolutely
it
right.
is.
You want to show me the video? That's totally fine. Not asking to see it. Most of my jobs usually not done with video. Nowadays, that thing's changing. You know, we have video cameras more often accessible, but basically I have a plethora of people in here telling me you guys have, you know, committed the act of trespassing, and then the act of battery was.
He never
was
even
claimed.
put a step on those stairs.
Well, that's because
he
the
was
security
gonna,
guard said she prevented him.
he's not going to go into private property. He was just kidding, bro. To be honest with you,
Hey.
he never broke the law.
It doesn't make a difference.
And he
It doesn't say
wasn't-
that those stairs are private property.
He never touched
The
her.
building's open to the public. The door's open. There's no thing that says this is a secure area, so he would be, even if he did, it would be well within his rights to do so.
So would we agree that this is a place of business?
No.
This is a place of
not a place of
business. This is a place of
This
business
is a governmental
for the
place.
public.
No, it's not a place. There's no business that's being occurred here. Businesses will take voluntary payments from people to provide services. These people, literally, I mean, I have it from the guy in there that the courts will order them to take kids. And now family courts, they're not like civil courts. They're not criminal courts. So they can literally go. This is not business at all. What business do you know
Well,
that
I guess-
what business do you know that could take somebody's kids away from you without a warrant and without a jury of their peers?
At the end
No
of the day,
business.
That's not all they do. If you didn't
No,
know
but
that.
that's one of the things that they do.
But
No
that's-
business.
I
could do
think
that.
it was probably a subjective question on my end. When I say, is this a place of business? Is this a place where people make transactions of some sort or interact, you know, with the federal government, like you're saying, and the public, where business occurs? Business occurs.
What's your definition of business?
Well, definitely not what you guys are doing here. How's that?
Well, we tried.
I'll tell you what. I mean, we're the First Amendment
try.
is business, right?
Uh,
It's freedom of press to go into a publicly accessible area.
I think
public
that's a
building.
right, you know?
Yeah, it's a right.
It's not necessarily business. Are you here?
It is
you
because
have-
we're
Are you here because you have a child in the state of Kansas that needs any kind of assistance or care from the Department of Child Services?
I'm here to do a FOIA. In this country, 800,000 children go missing every single year. In my home state of Rhode Island, according to the DCYF director out there, 20 to 25 children go missing every single day in the small state. We don't know how many don't come back. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are afraid to come here and stick up for their kids because they're afraid, oh, they might take another one of my kids. They
So
might have
are you
backlash.
saying you're here to stick up for the 800,000 kids that go missing?
And on behalf of the family.
The First Amendment held the line. Even when they pushed back, we stood firm. Yeah, Mr. Universal took his first arrest. But this movement, it's just getting started. Rights don't defend themselves. We do. So hit that, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because the next showdown might be even bigger. Until then, stay sharp, stay free, and keep those cameras rolling. Respect isn't given with a badge, it's earned. And no title outranks the Constitution. This video reminds us, knowing your rights isn't enough. You must assert them. Calmly, clearly, every time authority steps out of line. Next time someone flashes a badge and forgets the law, don't forget yours. Like, share, and subscribe. Your rights deserve backup.
That's
you
fine.
can get back to work.
So can I.
You can go back to work. Y'all can get back to work.
So can I.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Then get out of my face.
No.
A lot of people are gonna see you, bro.
I'm fine with that.
No more. We don't answer
You
questions.
live, well, I can call some people that live over
And
there.
call,
I'll have them removed.
call whoever you want, bro.
Okay.
Do whatever you want. You can call
Okay.
call Joe Biden.
No,
You know-
I'm not gonna call Joe Biden.
Call
I'm
Joe
gonna
Biden.
No, excuse me. I'm gonna call somebody who lives over here and have you moved out of their neighborhood. That's what I'm gonna do.
I bet you won't.
Oh yeah?
I bet you won't.
You want to bet?
I bet you won't.
How much you want to bet?
I bet you anything.
We'll see.
Call the cops. Call
No,
the
no, we ain't
president.
gonna. No, I'm not gonna do all that. We'll see.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're threatening me.
I ain't threatening you. I said we'll
You're
see.
threatening me, right?
Yeah, you don't know what we'll see.
All right. Well, we'll see what's gonna happen if somebody try to put their hands on me. We'll see. All right. Good. He said they're gonna remove me. He's threatening me with having me removed by citizens, right?
and it's a pandemic, and you're in people's face talking without a mask.
You're the one that got on my face. You was over there.
So
You was the one that was over
the
there.
The moment that you walk up on me, that's assault. Now with the
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, now I assaulted you, huh? I assaulted you?
Said, walk up on me.
You're the one that walked up on me. It's on video, bro.
Right,
it's on video, bro.
So
Matter of fact, I'm gonna stand right here because you talking shit. I'm gonna stand right here, and I'm gonna protest right along with you guys. Didn't your mom tell you not to talk to strangers?
And then your mama tell you to respect people?
I haven't disrespecting anyone.
Let me tell you.
Have I used any foul language?
Look.
Look, you're back on my face.
I don't care.
Oh, so now you don't care.
Okay, so
I thought it was assault. I'm exercising my First Amendment. This guy's clearly triggered about my First Amendment, and he wants to have me removed. What have you personally?
Man, don't even direct no conversation at me.
Oh, now you don't want to talk.
No
now you don't want to talk.
That's right. Don't direct.
Now you don't want to talk.
To them.
Now you don't want to talk. Now he doesn't. He don't want to talk no more. Yeah, he don't want to talk no more. I see you calling the cops. I see you. How's it going, sir?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing excellent. Can I have your name and badge number?
Yes, sir. Officer Hamilton, badge 311.
Can you please explain to this gentleman over here that there's no way that they can have me removed for exercising my First Amendment on a sidewalk, on a public sidewalk?
Well, yeah, from that sidewalk, but right now you're right there.
Well, this is a public easement.
Okay.
Are you trying to like find something?
No, absolutely not. I got called here. That's why I'm here. So
What was the call for?
I have my supervisor on the way, so he'll be more than happy to explain things to you, all right?
Okay. Am I being detained?
Absolutely not.
All right. No problem. Thank you. This gentleman over here said he'll have me removed by the citizens. I ain't seen no citizen yet, but first he wanted to talk, then he don't want to talk. So how's your day going today, sir?
Pretty good. Just got on a couple hours ago, so got a long night ahead, but...
Awesome. How long have you been a police officer?
2 years now.
Good, man.
On Tampa, so...
That's very good. Sure. No, I want to talk to you. You threatening me, bro. You threatening?
So what you gonna do?
Oh, you are. Did you know that's a crime?
What you gonna do?
Did you know that's a crime?
What are you gonna do?
Why you want to hurt me though? You see? That's what I'm talking about. Why does he want to hurt me?
How about you and I just have our own conversation over here? Is that okay with you?
That's fine. I'm just trying to find out why he's trying to hurt me. He's calling his boys.
Look,
Made a phone call.
let's have our conversation.
Yeah.
Sir, do me a favor, stand over
Am I being detained?
Sir, do me a favor, stand over there.
Don't give me orders, sir. I'm not doing anything right now. I'm giving you enough distance.
I need you to go stand over there. Come on over there.
What's wrong with this guy? Why is he giving me orders? Am I being detained? Why is he giving me orders?
No, absolutely not, but he's going to talk with the person who called us, so...
And that's fine. You create privacy, right? When you do that, you don't just say, sir, go over there. That entire uniform that he's wearing, we funded that. We funded that. You see, that's not how it goes. I'm respectful to you, you're respectful to me, and we're all good. This guy's over here making threats. If something happens to me, it was this guy, and it's all gonna be in Auditing America. If something happens to me, look for this guy. He say, well, he's the only one threatening me. Oh, because I had a peaceful conversation about our elections, huh? I deserve to get beat up.
No, you don't deserve to get beat up.
So why is he threatening me? He's clearly said that he's threatening me.
No, listen to me.
Yeah, it's on video. Share, like, and subscribe to Auditing America. And that's very good. I wish everybody was like you and me when it comes to that. Because you can clearly see this guy gets triggered and he wants to call his boys to beat me up.
No.
Why doesn't he do it himself?
Because we don't want to fight. We want to listen to what you have.
No, he wants to fight. He wants to fight. I can see the anger in this guy's eyes. I can see it. If you were a cop, you'd be a tyrant. Can I have your name and nice boots? Can I have your name and badge number, please, sir?
Badge number is 389.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Very respectful. Cool. Well, you guys are very respectful. You're very respectful. He's very respectful. We go around the entire nation looking for courteous and professional public employees. You see, this officer over here is upset. He's making a phone call. I don't know what he's trying to do, but I'm not campaigning here for anybody, if that's what you're trying to find out. Because I told him that I'm willing to listen to you and you're willing to listen to me. We're having a peaceful conversation. I'm not here to tell people, vote for this guy, vote for that guy, because I told you bad things about both parties.
Okay, I'm willing to listen, but so far you've only talked about Biden. I'd like to hear what...
Yeah, but yeah, Donald Trump shut down the Constitution. He's done nothing about having about the whole mask thing. It's unconstitutional. These officers swore to protect the Constitution. Since when are we in a country that, you know, they tell us what to wear and we have to do that? Since when? We have the sergeant over here looking for trouble on the phone, trying to find out how he can get me for something. He's probably...
All he's doing is talking to the election officials.
For what?
They run this property right now.
Okay.
So he has to get with the election officials.
What do they have to do with this whole situation, though? I understand, but I really don't need protection. I'm good, you know.
It's not that. It's like, obviously, you and I can have a conversation, but there may be some people here who may feel a little bit more strongly and more inclined to maybe, you know, like be a bit more physical, either towards me or towards you.
Do you believe I've harassed anyone here today?
You came here. I'm not.
Because remember, the meaning, you have to really consider. I know you're a very reasonable person from what I can see. You have to really consider the word harassing, because remember, the First Amendment is not about the weather, it's about controversial speech. As long as we're peaceful, we can see what it...
Yes. You have your First Amendment to come here, speak on your behalf on what you personally believe in, and so do we. In a sense, you can, I'm not saying you physically harassed, but you did come on up, you start filming. It made people feel a little bit, you know, yeah.
I can understand that. I can understand that. But we have to remember the First Amendment.
Yes.
Free press.
No, we're not denying that. You have your opinion to speak on your behalf, and so do we.
But people can't take a constitutionally protected activity and turn it into a criminal offense, into a criminal act.
Understandable, but sometimes you need to understand the fact some people don't want to listen to that, and sometimes you need to respect that.
I understand. I understand. Just like this gentleman over here, he said, "Oh, I don't want to talk to you." Fine. You don't want to talk to me? That's fine. But he was the one that first came and said, "No, I want to know what's going on. I want to know what's going on."
Well, he wanted to know because he saw this, and obviously right now, like obviously, it doesn't matter which political side you're on. It seems when somebody comes out with a different opinion, obviously there's...
Then everybody say he's harassing. But if I have the same opinion, then I'm good.
It's much more of making sure that everyone is like being safe, like no one's gonna come out and be like, yo, let's go. It's, you know...
Oh no, exactly, and that's what these guys are here for. But you know, I don't think they should be here to overlook a constitutionally protected activity. These guys are supposed to be looking for criminals, not with the guy exercising his right and with his camera phone, you know?
Oh yeah, the weather's beautiful. I'd rather be nowhere else. Oh my god. Feels really good out.
I can tell your sergeant, yeah, sure, go ahead. I can tell your sergeant is not courteous and professional, because the first approach, let me tell you, I do this for a living. I go around the entire nation meeting public employees. Look how many cops we have here right now. We have 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not a cop car, but I thought it was. But they get paid they have a good job, you know, they get paid pretty good money. So at least way over 50 grand a year at least. So we have 50. Let's say it was 50. We have 50 plus 50 plus 50. That's $150,000 in salaries right here. And I'm sure it's more, because this guy hasn't been a cop for 2 years. He's been a cop for longer than that. You've been a cop longer than that. So you don't get paid $50,000 a year.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you hope to accomplish by being here today?
I hope to educate everyone on the First Amendment, on freedom of the press. We have the right to speak. We have the right to say how we feel. We have the right to film in a publicly accessible area. And if people don't like it, tough luck. I'm not going to be disorderly. I'm not going to be rude. Although some people say, yeah, you're rude, but I can say F this and F that, and I'm not. So I'm pretty courteous. I'd like to find out who called the cops on me, because that person is very, very, very uneducated.
So this is for a YouTube channel? Or
This is for Auditing America on every platform. We have over 80 million combined views. We're well known around the country.
Is it like corporate or is it like individually?
I'm independent.
Okay, independent.
I'm independent.
Individual projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I was just curious.
Yeah, I'm independent. Like I said, I want no trouble. I just speak. I want people. I wish everyone was like you. that you can actually sit down, and even though we have different opinions, we can have a civil conversation.
No, I know. I will definitely.
So can you? I can see that. I can see you're a good person.
I try to. I don't really want to get into a physical interaction with someone unless it's eventually escalated into that. But
exactly.
Sometimes things get too excessive, and they need to just chill down. Somebody needs to just walk away.
Exactly.
I've learned it the hard way a couple times at school. So.
Oh, I understand. I'd like to know what the sergeant has to say because I didn't like his approach, but we'll see. I don't know why he's going in there. I don't even know why we're here because it was all our discussion was over there. And if we're here, they can try to say, oh, well, you're campaigning within 150 feet from the, you know what I'm saying? Which is illegal, and I'm not campaigning. That's why I'm trying to make sure. I'm talking to this gentleman right here and this young lady about negative things about both parties. I'm not saying vote for this guy or trying to get people to do this or that. I'm just asking questions in a peaceful manner. And somebody call the police. Have you ever arrested any bad cops? You gotta work on that a little bit. You gotta work on that a little bit. Did you guys ever arrest the people that set on fire that gas station, that mobile gas station, right by Busch Gardens during the riots?
I don't know. I don't know if they did or not.
I just drove by. It looks brand new again.
Yeah.
I was right there when that happened. My video got 7.5 million hits from that day. Yeah. Did you see the video from a woman tossing a brick into the police car and busting it?
No, I don't watch much social media.
It's all over the place. They bust the Tampa police rear window. 7 million views. Did you see it? That was my.
And you got the video of it? You turned it into them?
Yeah.
Do we need to move?
Sir, according to Florida Statute 102.
Okay, but I'm not campaigning. I'm not campaigning. That's the thing.
I need you to move off the property. You're standing within the zone.
But that's for campaigning purposes, right?
The zone part.
That's for campaigning purposes?
Okay, sir, he's just explained to you the statute.
Okay, and I'm leaving.
150 feet.
Okay.
150 feet is clearly marked on all locations, all sides of this polling area by the cones. There's a cone there. There's one over there right on the corner of 40th, all right? You cannot go within the 150 feet.
That's for campaign purposes, right?
What you're doing, okay? You can exercise.
Can
your
you
First
explain the
Amendment
law
right.
to me?
You can listen. I'm trying to stop interrupting me.
No. Listen, you have
Listen
to be. You have to be professional, sir. Why are you getting
if
close?
You come in.
You see, you're getting too close.
If you come in past the 150 feet,
Why
you're
are
going
you
to be
getting so
arrested
close?
for trespassing.
Why are you getting so close?
Because I want to
me?
make sure you understand and it's clear to you.
We can have a conversation without you being rude to me. You don't have to be rude to me.
Not being rude.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm
because
not.
I know what the law says.
Listen, if you knew what it was, you were right up next to the building.
Listen, I was right here, and I went
Then
over
you
there
can
because the
stay
police came, and I went over there. But our whole conversation.
Stay here. You cannot be there.
That's fine. You can. You know what you can. You know what you can do with the entire building.
If you go back up there again and we respond back out here.
Okay, so how am I supposed to go back? How am I supposed to go back that way?
You can walk. You can go over there, but you cannot engage people in conversation at all.
Oh, you can't talk.
No.
At all. No free speech.
Can I also have your ID, please?
Am I being detained?
Right now, yes.
Under what? Under what suspicion or what crime?
Listen, don't make it any worse, please.
Why you want my ID?
Just give me your ID.
Are you going to arrest me if I don't?
Give me your ID.
I'm asking you, Sergeant. Look. My ID. My ID is right here. If you want it, you can have it. Look, you can take it yourself. It's right there. But I'm not going.
I'm not reaching into your property.
You want me to help you violate my rights, right?
I'm not asking you to violate.
Yeah, because what about my Fourth Amendment? What about my Fourth Amendment?
What about? Listen, stop.
No.
Just let me see your ID, please.
Am I going to be arrested if I refuse? It's a question.
Probably not.
Okay, so let me refuse, please. I can nicely refuse, right?
Okay. Can I see your ID?
Why? Look, you can see it.
Because I want to know who you know who you're talking to.
Look, my ID's right here. My ID's right here.
My
but
name is right there.
If you want
Watch
it,
your back.
If you want it, you can violate my rights and take it. But I'm not going to help you violate my rights. Okay. You can take it. Look, it's right there.
No, I'm not going to take it. You're going to hand it to me.
And if I don't, what's going to happen?
You're going to hand it to me.
Am I going to be arrested? Am I going to be? That's the question I want to know before you take, another.
If you step forward to that line again, you will be arrested. If you're doing this.
Oh, if I'm recording.
If you are engaging people in conversation about the election, and you move forward to that line, you're going to be arrested. You've
what's
been
the-
warned. Watch your back.
And what's the crime?
It's
Free speech?
no. It's not free speech. It's not a violation of the First Amendment. It's a violation of Florida state statutes.
Oh.
Okay.
Guy almost hit me. You gotta pay attention.
You gotta.
It's
let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something, Lieutenant. What is it, Sergeant?
It's sergeant.
Sergeant. Your first approach wasn't good at all. You have to be courteous and
Listen,
professional.
listen,
Yes, you have to be
I don't
courteous.
need lessons on how to do police work from you. Okay?
Well, you apparently you need
If
some
if
lessons.
Continue your activities forward of the 150 feet. Okay, you're gonna be arrested.
And that's what you want, right? You would love to do that, right? Come on, man. I'm not bothering anyone.
Well, you were when you were up at the pole. Over here,
No, I was over here. I'm having a great conversation with this young lady over here.
Right.
And it
When
is.
I got here, you were up there.
Yeah, that's because the police parked over there and I wanted to speak with them. Why don't you make an investigation before you make assumptions?
Okay. Don't go forward of the line.
Don't beat your dog.
Calm down. All right. I think it's
That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
Listen, I understand what you're saying. We all understand, but we have to do a job out here. You know what I mean? We have to keep everybody safe.
What about your oath?
Listen, the reason why we were called out here is because people felt intimidated. We didn't say you were intimidating them. They felt it. So we just have to come out here and make sure everybody feels safe.
Your sergeant wants me in jail over my
Nobody
First
wants to-
Amendment. He's a
nobody wants to go to
tyrant.
jail.
Yeah, he's a tyrant.
Just be careful, okay?
I will. And you're very nice. You're a very professional guy. Just stand up to tyrant. You need to stand up to tyranny. You cannot allow your sergeant to talk to people like that. That's actually disorderly conduct. That's the meaning of disorderly conduct. Once you have a police officer walking up to you like...
So when a badge demands ID and tensions rise, remember, your camera is only part of your defense. Calm words, clear boundaries, and a solid grip on your rights can de-escalate a scene before it turns into cuffs and court dates. Respect public space, hold your ground, and you walk away with footage, not charges. But sometimes, even when you follow the law, fear still overpowers facts. That's why we film. That's why you should too. Know your rights because they won't know them for you.